Good morning, good noon, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Gaglabear Show. And today we'll have a comparison of the Daban and the Bandai's Mars 4 Gundam. Okay, so before we go on, can you guess where is the Daban and where is the Bandai here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times up. So where is the Bandai and where is the Daban? And this is your Daban and this is your Bandai. Okay, so we will compare them as usual by parts so that we will really see the difference of these two by parts. Okay, so now let's go. Okay, so the same process, we will have go first with the head, the torso, the arms, the legs, the waist, and then the weapons that is equipped in this kit. So that's it. So now let's go, let's compare these two. Okay, so now we'll start first at the head, and the same as usual, we will just talk about the aesthetics and designs of the kit, and we will not talk about the articulation because we will just compare them through their designs, okay, and also the aesthetics. Okay, so let's start first here in the head. So as you can see there, they have both the same design of the V-fin right there, but the first thing that I see here is that the crest here at the forehead, in your Bandai, this is really molded and fitted on the V-fin right here, as you can see. But right here in your Daban, there are still spaces here at the side. Okay, and then next one is that here in your Bandai, I used the stickers. That's why it's so reflective right there. And in your Daban, I used the Tamiya gold leaf, okay, because as I said in the review that the stickers of the Daban Mars 4 is a little bit crappy, that's why I don't use it. Okay, so the mold for the red V-fin is the same. They have the same design. The white part also has the same design. The mold on the face, we can see here at the mask right here. In your Bandai, it has more thinner panel line opportunities right there. That's why the panel line accent is more thinner and more accurate on the design. But while here in your Daban, you can see there that the panel opportunity is a little bit wider. That's why the panel line accent is too dark. And then the most obvious difference right here is that the same with the V2 and your Earth 3 Daban's core Gundams. Right here at the side here, this like ears right there. As you can see here in your Bandai, it has these very delicate designs and details right there. While in your Daban, as you can see, the details is too shallow, and it's like that the mold, it doesn't reaches those details. And as you can see here, let's go to the other side so that you can see the difference right there. As you can see here that in this part, the Bandai has more details than your Daban. Okay, so now let's go to the side. Let's see if there's some difference right there. So these have the same mold, no so much difference at the back part. Okay, so I would like to tell you that the back camera of the Bandai, I use the stickers, and then your Daban, I use the Tamiya gold leaf. And then another one right here is that the mold here in your Bandai is much more slimmer than the mold here in your Daban. Okay, so I think that is the difference of the head of your Daban and Bandai Mars 4 Gundam. Now let's go to the next part. Okay, next, so we will compare now the shoulders, the arms, and also the wrist right here and the forearm. Okay, so the first thing that I saw here is this part right here in your Bandai, which is this panel opportunity is present in your Bandai, but that is absent in your Daban right here. And then the other parts is the same, so no problem. Now let's go to this part, because this is the part also that has a difference. Okay, so the same with your V2 and your Earth 3, your Bandai right here has this little bit of panel line opportunity right here, which you can put some panel line accent, but in your Daban right here, it doesn't have. It's just a flat straight shoulder right here, so it doesn't have this kind of panel line opportunity in this part. Okay, so I changed the position of the arm so that we can see the details here in the attached weapon, which is the claws, and we have here something forearm guard right here for your Mars 4. So as you can see here, which is different from your Daban and Bandai, is that the color. Okay, the color here in your Bandai is much more grayer than the color of your Daban, because the Daban is a little bit of a gray violet right here, so that's one of the difference. And then another one is the presence of this panel opportunity in this upper part. I don't know if it is visible in your monitor, so I will let it make more closer. So here we have a little bit of a deep detail right here, or a panel line opportunity right here in your Bandai, but it's not present here in your Daban. I think it's present, but it's too shallow. That's why you cannot see it, or you cannot even observe it when you will not look closer to it. But still, it's not the same with your Bandai, which is very clear and very deep details. Okay, so here this part is the same. The claws, yep, they have the same details. Okay, then the arms right here, let's see, arm guard right here, they have the same also, but again the Bandai has much more edgy and more sharper details than your Daban right here. And then the hands, yes, the finish of the black parts of your Bandai is a little bit in the matte finish or matte finish, but in your Daban is a little bit glossy. Okay, so that's one of the difference of your Daban and Bandai in their arms and shoulders. Okay, so that's it. So now let's go to the next part. Let's go. Okay, so now we'll have the torso and the chest part right here. And I would like to tell you again and again that the Daban right here doesn't have its another beam weapon right here, or beam saber handle right here at the back in its backpack, because I broke it during the transformation from the core Gundam to being a Mars 4 Gundam. Okay, so just bear with it. It doesn't have another beam saber handle. Okay, but it's not a difference. Okay, so now let's go to the difference and let's compare these two. Let's start first at the color, and the first part that I really see here is that the clear crystal right here, or the clear yellow clear parts right here, is that in your Bandai, the same with your V2 and your Earth 3, that the Bandai has more clear and not so smoky color. But here in your Daban is a little bit smoky and not so clear. It's still clear. It's still a clear part, but it's still smoky. Okay, and the color also is more on very yellow part, which is the same with the color of this beam saber effect. Okay, and then also right here in your Bandai, the orange here is really orange, but the color here in your orange in your Mars 4 in your Daban is more on mustard yellow. That is for me. Okay, that is for me. Okay, in my personal view right here. Okay, so the same with this part also. So the black is the same, which is like a matte finish in your Bandai and a little bit glossy on your Daban. Okay, so on details right here, I think they have the same, but again and again, the Bandai right here is more edgy and sharp in details, and you can see there that there is this part right here which is very visible, but in your Daban right here, it doesn't have. So that's why I cut a panel opportunity right here, so that there will be some parts or cut parts or a panel opportunity that our panel line accent will guide it. Okay, so now let's have it in this side. Let's see if there's some difference right here. The same cut, but still your Bandai has more those edgy part and more on the sharp details right here, especially in this part. In your Daban, there are some rounded arc details, so that's why there are some problems in transforming in this part, but still it's okay, it's manageable. So now let's have at the backpack and the back part. They have the same details, and the beam saber handles have the same also, but again, just be careful. Even it's Daban or Bandai, be careful. And the same with your V2 and Earth 3 right here. The Mars 4 also has this little bit of strange markings here, or a little bit of mold right here, which is a horizontal mold. So you can, I think you cannot see it in the monitor, but here, me in my personal view, I can really see it. So let's try to focus it if we can observe the camera. Right there, you can see that there are some molds right there, which is in horizontal, but in your Bandai, it's more on flat surface, so it's nice, but still it's a good detail. Okay, so that side, the same, yes, the same. So the color again of this brown right here, your brown right here, in your Bandai, in my personal view, it's more on maroon brown or red brown color, but in your Daban is more on brown than maroon or more on red brown. So that's one of the difference also. Okay, so that is a difference of our torso and our chest part of our Mars 4 Gundam in Bandai and Daban. So now let's go to the next part. Okay, so here is now our waist part. So we can really see it the same with the difference of the V2 and the Earth 3, that this detail right here is absent here in your Daban right here. So that's one of the very visible difference. Then next is the colors, the same. The yellow right here is more on mustard yellow than orange, so right here is more on yellow orange. Okay, so the red in your Daban is more brighter than your Bandai. So the Bandai is much more on striking, not so dark red, more on red but not dark, okay, and not also light. But your Daban is more on lighter red, a little bit going to orange. Okay, so let's see at the back if they have the same also. They have the same details right here. So yep, they have the same, and yes, so the panel line opportunity are the same. I just put too much of the panel line accent right here in your Bandai, and more thinner here in your Daban. So yep, they have the same panel line opportunities right here. This is just the most notable difference in your Bandai and Daban skirt of the Mars 4 Gundam. So that's it. So now let's go to the next part. Okay, so now let's compare the leg part right here. So let's start. The colors, the same. The black of the Bandai right here is more on matte finish and more a little bit glossy here in your Daban. The white parts are the same in details, so nothing. Right here in your legs right here, the armor of the Mars 4, the same. There are just a little bit right here, which is your Bandai is more on edgy and more on sharp details, and a little bit roundy and small detail right here in your Daban. Okay, and also here at this part, which is more edgy and sharp, and your Daban right here is more in circular and archy arc detail. Okay, so now let's go to the next part right here, or the next side. So they have the same mold right here. I just put too much of the panel line accent right there, but they have the same detail and mold. So right here now, the same with the issue of your Earth 3 and V2, that this detail here in your Bandai is present, but this is a little bit of absent right here because there is something just a little bit, but you need to focus your observation right here that there is something right there, a little bit of detail, but it's not so obvious, especially in the monitor. I know you can see it. And then another one right here, this thin panel line opportunity right here in your Bandai, but a little bit broader in your Daban right here. And then next, right here, your Bandai has more of this deeper detail, but here in your Daban it's too shallow, but still it can have that panel line accent. Okay, so that's good also. And then here at the side, the colors, they differ in color, especially if you are here in personal, or if you have both the Bandai and the Daban, you can really see the difference in color, which is this claw-like feet right here of your Mars 4 Gundam. Your Bandai right here is more darker, more on gray side, and in your Daban, while in your Daban, this color, which is supposedly it must be gray, your Daban right here is more on the violet grayish color. Okay, but still it's manageable, but maybe it's much better if you just paint it with black or more on gray. Okay, so that it will complement the color of the black right here, but yep, it's still okay. So now let's go to the next side, or at the back part. Let's see if there is some difference also. Okay, so at the top here, they have the same mold, so it's okay, nothing. The same with the colors of the black. There's just a little bit of bigger gap here, which is your seam line, but in your Bandai it's much more closer, so the seam is not so obvious, but in your Daban right here it's very obvious. Okay, so the white is okay, the same, the colors, the parts, the details, the same. Now let's go to the other side that we can see another difference. Okay, so the same with the other side, so nothing much more difference right here. So that is the comparison of the legs of your Daban and your Bandai Mars 4 Gundam. So now let's go to the next part. Okay, so now we'll have this weapon. There are two sorts of this like in both Bandai and Daban, so I just get one and we will have the difference. So now the first thing that I can really see the difference of these two is the color also. The same with some parts, which is this is your Bandai, this is your Daban. Your Bandai right here is more on grayish part or grayish color, but in your Daban is more on violet grayish part, okay, or grayish violet grayish color. Okay, so let's go with the details. Let's see if there are some difference here, especially of the panel line opportunities. So I think it's the same, but again and again, the panel line here of your Bandai is much more sleeker and more thinner. So if you put some panel line accents right there, it will show more and it's more delicate, okay, or more classy because it has this thin panel line opportunity. But your Daban right here is a little bit broader in the panel line right here, or the panel line opportunity, but still it's okay. That's just a panel line opportunity, so you can make you can do something so that it will be more nicer. Okay, so that's it, because they have the same sides, so I think they have no more difference. Okay, so now let's go to the next part. Okay, so now we'll have the next weapon right here, and still this is your Bandai and this is your Daban. So the same, they have the difference in color, grayish, and this more violet grayish color. So the details, they have the same. The panel opportunity also of your Bandai right here is more on thinner and sleeker panel opportunities, but here in your Daban much more on broader funny line opportunities. So the circular parts or circular details is also present in your Daban, so that's nice. Okay, so the some of the details, the Bandai is much more sharper in details than with your Daban. Okay, so they are the same at the both sides, so that's why we'll just tap in that part because they have the same both sides. Okay, so that's for the weapon. So that's it. So now we'll combine it again so that we will have your Mars 4 Gundam on Daban and Bandai. Let's go. Okay, so that is the comparison of our Daban and your Bandai Mars 4 Gundam. And again, it still depends on your perspective of what you want. If you want cheaper Gunpla kits, so have your Daban. But still, it's a bootleg, so expect some cons, some defects, mold defects. But we can still find some solutions for that. It just need more effort to fix it, okay? But right here on my Mars 4, it doesn't have any mold defects. It's okay. There's some little bit of it, but it's okay. I can find some solutions for that. And then if you want more of the detailed and the original one, you can have your Bandai, but more on a higher price. Because you know that Bandai is more pricey than your Daban right here, but the details is so good and it's very nice. Okay, so that's it for the comparison. Again and again, it depends on your perspective for your collection. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. And I'm so sorry for those noise in my background, especially the chickens, the motorcycles, because our neighborhood here is a little bit noisy. Okay, so I'm so sorry for that. I have no time for vlogging for another time because I still have a job. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so just bear with it. Oh, I can hear them. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so that you'll be informed for my next videos. Okay, so that's it. So good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Jake De La Paz signing off. Gunpla Bear Show signing off. Mars 4 Gundam, Bandai, and Daban. Let's go. Bye-bye.